Hello and welcome to this week's podcast. Today I'm joined by the other assistant manager, Tom Mayer.
Yo.
Yo. So today we're just going to have a little chat. So first of all, let's talk about your dreams growing up. Like as a child, what were you into and what did you want to do?
What did I want to do as a child?
Yeah.
I think it's the usual lad thing, innit? Every lad grows up, they watch football and tell them they think, I want to be a footballer. I want to do that. And they think it can actually happen. You don't ever think about the bit, do you, where you have to be good
No.
to be that, you know what I mean? You just think you can do it. It's a job, it's a career you can choose. But yeah, I think it was always playing football for me.
Yeah.
Even though I was never really good at it and still not good at it, you know. A few people tell you that, like, but it's probably why I referee and not play.
Was it like for you like the same as like you just kick around with your mates and then you like look at football teams and you're like, oh, let's join this one? And
Yeah. Well, to be fair, you know, people say, you know, I was always the last kid to get picked in the playground and stuff like that. I generally was that kid, and it happened every single time. So I don't know why I ever carried on doing it, to be honest. You know what I mean? I think it must just be for the love of football. But you know, that kid that's always stood there by himself, it's like, oh, we don't want him.
yeah,
You can have him. He can play on your side, or just play on both sides. You know what I mean? Or just act like you're not here. You know, that was always me.
yeah, it's always like you just got to stand at the other end of the pitch and just hope for the best.
Yeah, well, just stand there and look. I'd say look pretty, but yeah, just stand there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think my first football match, I played as a striker, and I literally spent the whole time just at the top of the pitch waiting to get the ball. I didn't get it once, and then I got substituted at half time, and the person that came on got the ball straight away and scored, and I was just like, really?
It's funny you should say that. The first team I played for, I remember it was Ossett Sporting Boys. I played in the middle of the park. Bear in mind, this was my first ever game of football. I just ran around like a headless chicken. Never ever touched the ball once. And then I got subbed at half time, and the manager's like, "Oh yeah, well done, well played." And I think I was 12 or something like that. And I already knew, like, you're just lying through your teeth. You're just trying to make me feel better. Do you know what I mean? I've not even touched the ball. You know what I mean? I've not even touched the ball once. You tell me I've played well.
Yeah. So, in terms of football, you're obviously a Leeds United fan.
Of course.
What was the reason that got you into Leeds United? And like, was there any like certain players that you like looked up to, or managers you looked up to?
Managers never really for me. No, I think the player that did it for me, if I'm thinking of my first memory, is probably be David Batty. I just like that tough tackling midfielder, you know, someone who's proud to play for the club, puts everything into it, you know. I think he was, even though he played for Blackburn and Newcastle, was it as well? I think he'll always hold Leeds United closest to his heart. And obviously he won the league with him in 92. I think 92, 93 was it? I should know the answer to that, but you know, yeah, probably him, to be fair. Now, obviously, Patrick Bamford was gutted he's not in the England squad. I think that's daylight robbery.
Yeah.
I really think it is.
I agree.
Calvin Phillips, again, you know, local lad. Fantastic. He's made the England squad. Just hope we progress in the next couple of years, you know, start challenging in the higher positions of the league because, you know, I can't imagine him wanting to stay at Leeds United to finish ninth every season. You know, he's one of them players that's going to want to win trophies, especially if he's playing for England in every tournament.
Yeah. See, for me, it was a generic David Beckham.
Oh, you was one of them, was you? You wanted to bend it like Beckham, did you?
Yeah, like so many times I just spent taking free kicks and crossing, and I did quite good at it. But that was literally my game was just free kicks and crossing.
Yeah.
But I can't remember, like when I was younger, I had a mate who was a big Newcastle fan.
Yeah.
My favourite players were Alan Shearer and Shea Given.
Yeah.
But then there was just one game, I think it was an FA Cup game or something, and Beckham just absolutely bossed it. And that was it for me. I couldn't take my eyes off him. I was just watching every single United game that I could.
Yeah. I mean,
So
to be fair, if you're talking about ability back then, someone who could, like you said, pass a ball and open up defenses and stuff like that. It probably was one of the best, wasn't it? Even though he played on the wrong side of the Pennines. Do you know what I mean? It probably was one of the best. Yeah.
yeah. So if
I
it
can't
weren't for
disagree with
Beckham,
that.
if it weren't for Beckham, I could have been a Newcastle fan.
Well, same as me. If David Batty wasn't running around like he was, I could have been playing for Leeds United now. How things would have been different. Oh, just hang on a second. My nose is growing. Just push it back in.
Yeah. I think
When was your first football game then that you attended?
that I attended.
Yeah. The first ground you ever visited?
I don't know. Can't remember. I think it might have been the Stadium of Light.
Yeah.
Sunderland.
Sunderland, that's random, isn't it?
Yeah. I know. I was thinking, I never really had the money myself to go to games, and my dad was never a proper football fan, so he was never interested in going to games, and I never had anyone to play games with. All my family were Liverpool fans, so I wasn't going to go to see the games with them.
Yeah.
So when I eventually was able to get money, I think the first game I attended was probably at Old Trafford, which was good.
Yeah. I think my first
round I
obviously
visited was Sunderland. Yeah.
Yeah, my first obviously Ellen Road. I think 98. I think it was.
All right.
So it'd have been 11, and I remember it. We played Wimbledon and we drew 2-1.
Wow, good old days of Wimbledon.
Yeah.
Hey, Jones played then.
We played a club that doesn't even exist now. So you know what I mean. But yeah. I really enjoyed it. I never really got probably because I was 11. I never really got the excitement and shouting and that. But I used to think to myself, it's just a game of football. Why is everyone shouting so loud? And
yeah,
I can't believe there's this many people here to watch a game of football. But I think you sort of get addicted, don't you? And then you just go to more and more and more, and especially when there's more riding on the game.
Yeah, I'd love to go to more
stuff like that. As well, I think back then it cost me about 12, 13 quid to go and watch Leeds. I think if I sat in the same seat now, probably 45, 50 quid.
Yeah.
To watch them in the same league, but times change, don't
they? They do, yeah. So obviously we're both coaches now. Starting up the coaching course soon, hopefully. So who do you look up to as a coach?
Yeah, I think you know the answer to this one, don't you?
I do, but
I think you know the answer to this one. Look, God. No. If I'm honest, and it really pains me to say it, but the best manager coach I've ever seen in this world is Sir Alex Ferguson by a long shot.
Yeah.
And I think if any fan of football says that's not the case, they're not a fan of football for me. Yeah, he managed Manchester United. I'm a big Leeds fan, but for what he did and what he achieved in football, and I don't think it's something that could ever be repeated. Yeah. So obviously it pains for me to say it, but probably Sir Alex Ferguson for me.
For me, it's not what he did at Manchester United, it's what he did at Aberdeen that's beating Bayern Munich and beating Real Madrid to win what was it, the UEFA Cup at the time or something.
Yeah. I mean, he's got players now, you see it on social media, he's got players that have never played for him that still call him boss, or players that played for him 10 years ago. I think it was Cristiano Ronaldo when he won was it the Champions League or one of the Euros? He's not played or seen him for 5-6 years. And the first thing he says to him is, hello, boss.
Yeah.
When you can get respect from a player like that, 5-6 years having not played for him, with what he's achieved in the game after leaving Man United, it just shows, how highly he's thought of by probably the best player in the world at the minute.
Yep. And then obviously you've got to give a shout out to your favourite person in the world now.
Marcelo Bielsa.
Yeah.
What a guy. I think the only reason for him is obviously he's got Leeds United back to the Premiership for the first time in 16 years, which I think anyone that finally did that after so long away was going to be labelled a god. Yeah. But I think to do it in a season. Well, he came close in his first season, making the playoffs. When the season before we finished 5th, to get that same side relatively into the playoffs within 90 minutes of the Premier League, and then the season after to win the league quite convincingly. It's just legend. Love him. Absolutely love him. Just hope he sticks around this season.
Yeah, I think he will.
Unless he moves to that under 11s team that he was coaching last night.
I think for me, a lot of people think I'm strange for saying this, but I really look up to Mick McCarthy and Neil Warnock.
Neil Warnock?
Yeah.
Go on, I'm down to wear this. Go on, my lugs are pinned back. Go on.
They're just they're memorable people, aren't they? Like, you just, when you think of like championship teams, and if you want a manager to come in and do well at a championship team, you think of Mick McCarthy or Neil Warnock, don't you?
Yeah.
And for me, it's just that memorability about them that I look up to, because that's what I want. I want people to go, who do we want? We want that guy. I know that guy. Let's get that guy. We'll know he'll do a good job. So that's kind of why I like them. But they're just two real people, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, if you Google as well or put into YouTube, Neil Warnock giving the linesman grief, I think there's like a 2-minute video. And it's a game from about 10 years ago now, but it absolutely had me belly laughing. I probably wouldn't have been belly laughing if I was in that assistant referee's position, but the stuff that he was saying to him, and I was just absolutely belly laughing watching this video. But he's a character in both in and out of the game. I think there's two sides to Neil Warnock. There's his football side, and then there's his home side, and he's got wife and kids and stuff like that. But like you said, to have him in the Championship, to try and get into the Premier League, he probably is the ideal candidate, isn't it, so to speak?
Yeah, exactly.
I think his track record speaks for itself, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So there's no Marcelo Bielsa, so.
So enough about the men now. Let's talk about the women. Obviously, a final coming up this weekend in the Supplementary Cup, which I still don't like the name of that cup. It needs to be changed. It should be like the COVID Cup or something.
Supplement, yeah.
It's just a bit bland.
It is a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Revamp it a bit, isn't it?
So obviously, good luck to the ladies. We wish them all the best.
Yeah, massively.
So what are your hopes for the women's team? Like, obviously, the coming season and the future seasons?
Well, obviously, I used to referee. I'd come down for 90 minutes, annoy them all. Well, I still do that to a degree now, I think. But I used to come down for 90 minutes, annoy them all, and then leave. And then obviously the opportunity came up from Malcolm to try the assistant manager's job. And the thing that made me do it is I wouldn't have come and done it for a team that I thought couldn't play football, had no ambition, or certainly couldn't go anywhere. I think with the ladies, especially the football that I've played since I've got back, and the effort that they've all put into training, I think it just shows the world's their oyster, and they deserve to be in the final this weekend because they've absolutely blown every team away. I mean, you was at the Skipton game a few weeks ago. Was it 3-2 or 2-1? I can't remember.
3-2, yeah.
Yeah. Some people might look at that, and obviously people are right. Ripon narrowly won 3-2, but I don't know what your thoughts are, but I don't think we were ever in danger of losing that game, even with a scoreline like that. I still think we were in control from the first minute to the last minute. I think it's a bit sloppy on the day, gave some sloppy goals away that we don't normally do.
Yeah.
But I don't think we ever looked in danger of getting beat or dropping any points in that game.
Yeah, we've definitely looked confident in like all the games, and we're definitely a different team now than we were at the start of the season. Because at the start of the season, we looked beat before we went out. Now it's the confidence is there. We're looking better.
Obviously the tactical side, switching around and stuff like that, and trying to unlock defences. I just sort of nod. I'm a bit like Joey on Friends. I just nod and don't really know what's going on. I'll leave that to Malcolm and Anna and yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I'm watching games, 9 times out. Well, I say 9 times out of 10. All the time I'm doing is looking at how hard the ladies are working. If they're chasing every ball. And again, the teams that we've played, we've looked miles fitter than all the teams that we've played. We've looked like we can keep going. we look like we've got more in the tank. We look like we've got more to give. And, some people, I don't know if they'll turn around and say to me, oh, the ladies are looking really fit now. Good job. It's nothing to do with me. All I do is sit up on a Wednesday and say, look, we're going to do this. It's their own personal effort that they've put in as well. And hopefully they're starting to see the rewards. If you put that bit of hard work in, when it comes to a Sunday, that difference between being that bit fitter than a team could win you a game. And I think they are. We've got that Strava group. I see people going out and doing their own foods quite regularly. So it's good to see. And I hope it keeps going into next season, especially as we move up, hopefully to the next league above. So the teams will be a lot fitter, a lot stronger, a lot faster and stuff like that. So we'll need to adjust and adapt our training to cope with that as well.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to hopefully moving forward and moving up the leagues. And
fingers crossed, obviously. I agree, maybe another season in this league with the last 2 years of COVID. It hasn't been completed. So have we shown that we can compete in this league? Probably not. So would it be a decent idea to do another season there when hopefully there's going to be no breaks? Yeah, probably. So hopefully next season, we can push on and the ladies can get more confidence in this league and, believe in themselves that they can play in it and want to move on to the next league above, hopefully. And maybe get some new players that want to come play for us.
Yeah.
Through your YouTube channel.
Hopefully, yeah. Get some players from Germany listening on Spotify. Guten Tag, Deutschland friends.
Germany as well, we've got listeners now.
Yeah, Germany listening. America's listening. Hello, America.
Oh, bonjour. Oh, no, it's French, isn't it?
No, it's French.
What's hello? What's German hello?
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag. Oh,
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Right, that's it for today then. Thanks for joining me, Tom.
No worries, dude.
All right, I'll catch you later. I'll see you tomorrow at training.
Yeah, mate.
Or yesterday at training.
Ta-da, mate. Bye.
See you later.
Ta-da.
Don't forget to click right down there to subscribe, and some more videos on the screen now for you to click. Podcast, the other thing, the match days. See you next time.